Hey guys, a quick video is a good video. I'm going to show you over this guitar all the little gadgets and things that I do to set it up. So this is my Maton EMD6. Absolutely love this guitar. This is my fourth one. It's the newest model with the split saddle. I'm not going to plug it in because literally every other video that I have on this channel or on my socials has this plugged in and sounds great. So the standard strings that come with this model, they're Elixir 13 to 56. I prefer the 8020s over the Phosphor Bronze, but really they both sound fantastic. That's the strings that I use. Moving right along, you'll see this black thing. I've replied to a lot of comments, people asking about this, and you would have seen it in my videos where I'm looping, but this is just an incense stick holder. I got the idea from when I used to loop, and I'd kind of do the kick drum bit when I'd hit on the strings, and I'd do the snare tap. I'd smack my thumb here or underneath the guitar here. But I got this incense stick holder and I cut off a bunch. I Velcroed that and stick it right over the top of a little truss. So it's nice and strong, and that's like a woodblock sound for when I'm looping. So cool little gadget. I made it myself. You can do it yourself, but depending on the guitar and location of where you put it, just be very careful that you don't kind of wreck it by doing that. So you got to be gentle with it. Make sure it's over a truss and it's not doing too much damage to the guitar. I'm sure most guitarists, musicians will know this is a feedback buster. It's a little rubber insert that goes in the sound hole. It really, there's a lot of speculation from people thinking it sounds completely different. I really don't notice the difference. I mean, you can barely tell, but you notice more difference without it, I think, especially on loud stages. The design of this is to stop noise from a loud stage environment, getting back into the sound hole, reverberating around there and kind of creating a real woofy, feedback sort of sound. Especially when you're looping, you want to eliminate as much noise getting back into the body of the guitar as possible. The AP5 pickup, which is in this guitar, has a microphone and a piezo pickup. For that exact reason, what I just said before, because I loop and I play in a lot of noisy, loud stage environments, I actually have my microphone turned all the way off on this guitar. That's very much to just stop it from coming back into the loop. And also, I really love the piezo sound of this guitar. Anybody who's asked me about this brand, this pickup, this guitar, best sounding plugged in thing I've ever had. Obviously it's subjective, but that's just what I think, and that's why I get the sound that I get, is because of this pickup, this guitar. Absolutely love it. So let's rip straight into the settings that I have on this for any other Maton users. Hopefully you can kind of see that there, but essentially this is an AP5 Pro pickup. It has a volume slider, a bass and a treble slider. Now the volume is all the way up to unity, means it's not being boosted, it's just up to the ceiling. You know what I mean? You get variable volume, but it's up to the ceiling. You're not increasing the volume, you're just turning it up to where it should be. So I have that all the way up all the time. The treble I have sitting on about 1/3, so somewhere around the 30%, 33 1/3%. And the bass I have sitting right at 12 o'clock. So basically I don't like a really bright sounding guitar. I like the presence and the treble to sort of be down just a little bit. So that's how I set it. And then the mid-range, there's a mid boost and a mid-range frequency sweep. So honestly, I just set those right at 12 o'clock. I'm not boosting, I'm not reducing anything. I like to set it pretty flat. That is something that if I'm in a particularly noisy room and I can't adjust it fast enough on the console, or the front of house engineer can adjust it, that's something that is very helpful if it's a bad frequency, which never happens, but the one time that it does happen, I like being able to find the frequency by sweeping the mid-range and reducing it a little bit, which is really great. And then finally, you've got the microphone and the piezo volume, and I have the piezo all the way up to 100% and the mic all the way down. The one exception is if I'm playing just an acoustic gig, or if I'm playing in the studio and I want to DI the guitar, I will wind the microphone up because it does sound fantastic. It's a really nice, authentic, raw acoustic sounding guitar, and it brings in a lot of the natural presence of an acoustic guitar. But for most of my shows, when I'm playing live on a stage, on a noisy stage, that microphone is wound way off and the piezo's all the way up. Yeah, so that's the pickup. Every single guitar, this is the exact same setup I put on every guitar. I have a little pick holder here, so when I'm strumming, like you can see my nails, they're real nails, but I get the acrylic put on over the top so I can do my finger style stuff, but then I just reach over here and grab a pick, whoops, drop a pick, I can grab another one, whoops, drop another one, grab another one, etc. So I have that on every single one of my guitars, and I wouldn't have it any other way. It's a great spot to store your picks. It just literally sticks on. You can get them from any music store, Amazon, whatever. I love it to bits. Now, coming along to the strap. I don't actually use strap locks, but I do highly recommend these. There's no link or anything for them. All of this stuff you can just find at a music store or whatever, but this is just like a little rubber ring. It's like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like a tiny tire. It's kind of stretchy, but you put your guitar strap on, and then you stick this on the top to stop it from coming off. So I have that on both of the little anchor points here. Yeah, you can't protect your guitar not coming off the strap enough. Sometimes you drop it, sometimes it's just a really awkward thing to try and get it back on the thing, but these are worth their weight in gold. I think they cost like $1 or something crazy. So that's my guitar. Let's go to the picks. I use 1mm picks, 1 to 1.5 millimeters depending, but I like a pretty solid pick. I think they sound great. I think the thicker the pick that you have, the more finesse you have to use to play the guitar. So if you have a really thin pick, that's for a lot of like strummy strum guys, whereas like the thicker the pick, you have to be very deliberate on the pressure that you put. And for anybody that knows audio, you'll know that the more finesse you can have on a guitar, the better it sounds. If you just clank it around really strong, then you're really not getting the best out of the tone of your guitar, in my opinion. So that's what I do. The last couple of little things here is a Thalia, Capo. These are really great. I've got a few of these. I have one in every guitar case. The best thing about these Capos is they've got like an insert that pulls in and out, and it actually matches the diameter radius of your guitar neck. So if I place that over the top of my guitar neck, it'll match the radius. This is a 12, so it perfectly matches the radius of that neck. Finally, I've got this Accelerate Diodario string lubricant. It's just a little thing you just wipe over your strings before and after a gig. It just keeps the strings nice and keeps all the grossness from your fingers and stuff on it, and it just sort of allows your fingers to glide on the strings. So there you have it. I've been wanting to do this video for a while. Had a lot of questions about all of those things, so it feels good to kind of combine it into one video. I like to share anything that I've stumbled across, anything that I've like made or figured out or found out along the way. But yeah, I hope this helps you and your journey, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.